All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second to last episode of the Stranger Nerds podcast, which
Shit
is just
still
an
isn't
insane. It's insane to say, both because wow, it's actually about to be over, and wow, we're still doing this shit. Uh, Mitchell Lee, Brandon Tew, Tommy Grant, season 5, chapter 7, The Bridge, the first episode that about 25 minutes in, I went, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Don't hit pause. And I think I came back like 25 minutes later. Not because I had like a violent shit or something. But
this was just the emotional episode that nobody needed or asked for.
I don't think it was that. It was just so much of like, I just kept, it was like, Brandon, have you ever watched that clip of Jameis Winston? And it's the last play of the game. There's no time left on the clock. And he's scanning the pocket, and he just keeps going up and up. And he's 8 yards past the line of scrimmage. He can't throw the ball anymore. But he's got to do something. And it's like, buddy, you've you had to have done something by now. That's how I felt watching this episode. I'm like, we have one episode left until we are done. And we're just fucking around? What are we doing?
Yeah. I understand everything you're saying, but I will say, compared to most episodes in this season, something did happen. So we're kind of there. I mean, yes. I don't know. The beginning of this episode is just, it's a lot of like, okay, Max is alive. Max and Lucas are like having their moment with a bunch of people sitting around them. And it's just like, what's going to happen at some point? It's like...
Do you listen to yourself explaining this? Yeah, people are sitting down and...
I mean, okay, I guess they were standing, but like the point is like the beginning of this episode, like the first 10 minutes, it's kind of like, okay, like we get it. Can we like move on now? I don't know.
It was a mini recap of the ending of the last episode.
But why do we need a mini recap?
We're sitting in the aftermath of, hey, Mrs. Wheeler just fucked up all these demodogs. Max is finally like, yippee, hurrah, oh shit. We don't know what Holly is.
Exactly. It actually ruined like Mrs. Wheeler like fucking up the demodogs, because it was like, then they just sidelined her. They were like, oh no, you actually don't need to come with us?
I'm like, happy you say that, Brandon, because in this little scene we get with her, I feel like we get a glimpse of what could have been had Mike and Nancy told them about all this several seasons ago. And that's Mrs. Wheeler being the gung-ho, let's go fuck shit up kind of parent that we get out of Joyce and Hopper. Because she was all right
from her husband.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, her husband is nowhere to be seen. So like that
I mean, his ass is still asleep.
And like after last season where they go through this whole emotional arc where, you know, Mike's basically being targeted as a terrorist because or anarchist, Satanist, whatever it is, because he's part of this D&D club. Like the whole neighborhood's out to get her kid, who she knows is not this bad kid.
Right.
Like at the flip, like she was just ready to go into action, like without a moment's notice.
Oh, I think her scene with the demodogs in episode 6 was like one of the best scenes, because it was like, oh, she's like doing her thing and like save some people, but then they immediately 8 minutes later go, well, you don't need to come, like it's okay.
Way too injured to do anything, but I like that we get a glimpse of like a good side of her, because like the biggest thing we've had from her in the past was really, hey, I want to have this fling with Billy, but then I'm not actually going to have this fling with Billy. You know, that's really
is her character arc, basically.
Yeah, she doesn't really have
and
much.
She tries to save Holly, which, yeah, I mean.
And now I wish we gotten more of her in the past, where maybe she was involved and actually like did some badass shit with Joyce and Hopper.
Maybe she did have sex with Billy.
Maybe
she did. I mean, we really don't know. Like, we're just.
But we definitely see where Nancy gets her rugged side from. So that was kind of a cool thing to
When
see. But
I mean, I want to jump too far ahead, but when Nancy goes, "You've handled one of these things," he's like, "Rubber bullets, airsoft guns, duck hunter."
yeah,
A couple of things. And she's like, "Duck hunter," and Dustin's like, "No, he's really good. Don't worry about it." It's like, oh, it's so funny. But yeah,
I'm so
Nancy, like,
disappointed we haven't gotten Steve with his famous bat.
true. Yeah, we haven't gotten Steve with his bat, and
Where is that?
Nancy is like this badass that like out of nowhere is just like, I can handle a weapon. I can like take care of myself, and I'm like,
I wouldn't
what
say that's
happened?
out of nowhere.
Not out of
She's
nowhere,
been
but
she's
yeah.
been very involved.
Yeah,
I mean, she's arguably the biggest badass in the entire group, and it's like kind of crazy just to think about her character arc throughout the episodes. But yeah,
It's kind of got
I'm with
obviously
Mitchell.
not to the degree that it is. Kind of got a little bit of a Sarah Connor thing ish.
Sure.
I mean, speaking of which,
Speaking of
how many
people not
episodes
being
has it
used in this
been
episode.
since we've talked about Linda Hamilton and her
Okay,
not doing
she
shit?
finally shows up in this episode, but she shows up to say, "Well, if you had done your job already, we wouldn't be in this situation."
yeah.
And I was like, "Linda Hamilton, you're the one who was in charge." Like,
You'll be happy, Mitchell, because I narrowed my notes down to about 4 pages, and a good chunk of that was because I was like, yeah, Linda Hamilton does not, she doesn't have any.
she doesn't even
worthy
deserve like
that's what I'm
screen
talking about.
time. Like they've ruined this character. This character, you're bringing like Linda Hamilton in. This character's straight up bad. I'm like, how do you write a character like this with Linda Hamilton playing him? Speaking of sidelining people, I guess Winona Ryder's back a little bit, but but I feel like she's still being sidelined. So I don't know
Did
how I feel
Winona
about this episode.
was Winona just
I don't want to be in
I'll
this
show up,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna be drunk and belligerent and cause a scene unless you give me very little to do? Like,
like even her
it's
scenes
kind
with
of sad.
even her scenes with Will, I'm like, this is the dialogue. It's kind of painful. Like some
She
of it.
used to be a character and not just Will's mom, which when all of your scenes are tied to acting alongside that doofus, it's gonna make you look worse than you probably should.
Yeah, but as a character, she went through all these seasons trying. I feel like she stepped up more as a character because she didn't know what Will was up against, and she was trying to be that
And now
person
that
in
she
front of him.
knows, she's like,
And
I'm just
now
your
it's
mother
like
now.
now the veil has been lifted. We know who Vecna is. She now knows what Will has went through and what she failed to stop from hurting her kid. Now she's just going through this guilt phase. And we
She's
get
been in the
this,
guilt phase for 6
yeah, but
episodes.
you really see it coming out this episode, and we get obviously with the whole
Fair enough.
coming out speech from Will. She's playing more the supportive mother role in this season, which I feel like this is the last season we should have her playing this role. Like this should be the badass Joyce season, and we're just not getting that.
Like, where's the Joyce and Nancy like badass 4 scenes in a row or something like that? Like, where
Yeah.
is that? Like, I need it. Like, I know we've had like those moments occasionally throughout the show.
Yeah.
But like, take those 2 strong female characters, put them together, and like, fuck some shit up. Like let's do something. Like I'm with Mitchell. Like nothing happens in the first 30 minutes of this episode that you could just like skip the first 30 minutes, come back, and you'd be like, oh, okay. Like I still know what's going on, which
Yeah.
I think is bad for in the 7th episode of the last season, the penultimate episode, basically. I think that's weird, personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not trying to be negative, but this season has been very
I am.
disappointing.
Because that's what they gave me. I'd love to be positive. Go back and listen to several episodes in every single season, even season 2. Plenty for me to be positive about. But right now it's not there. It's not there.
At least Murray's back. He does say Santa's
Fap.
sleigh's ready. I was like, unreal.
Murray was back for his moments, and
They're having a combo about whether they should basically like kill themselves to save the world, and Murray goes, "Santa's sleigh is ready." I was like, "Have some feel." But I mean, obviously, you wouldn't know that's what they're talking about in your mind. But it's just funny.
I
to me.
also have no idea what you're talking about because I'll be honest. Again, there are 25 minutes of this episode that
That's a
I
good
just
point.
did not watch because I got frustrated with the show, and I was just like, you know what? If you are gonna say fuck you, then I am also going to say fuck you.
What did you see? Did you see them talking about the
did you
plan to
see
get
Vecna playing
into?
yo-yo with Holly?
Yeah, did you see that?
That might have been the thing that had me like, all right, so we're really not doing shit, huh?
That was a scene where I feel like they were going for a really tense moment, and I kind of laughed when I saw it.
Stupid. But we've
I
Just
done
that
this kind
you
of
back
thing
up
with them
upside down.
Right.
so many times
We've done
this
that thing
season.
so many
it's
times.
so repetitive.
Can I say something that wasn't repetitive? The kids around Holly acting like complete imbeciles because they're kids, but we're gonna take a bunch of child actors and basically like try to get them to be an important like plot point. And there was a moment where I was like, man, Vecna's really got these kids like messed up. Like these kids are like 100% against Holly. I think Derek in that moment was like, I can't agree with her because if I agree with her, then they're just gonna like attack me too, and like it's over. So he basically had to like lie, and then yeah, and then Henry's playing yo-yo with her, and it's not a serious like scene at that point. Like to me, it's not a serious scene. Like I don't know. I'm just
I
yeah,
also
I don't
think that
know.
watching the movie Weapons kind of ruined this for me a little bit
Maybe, but weapons
because
is better done.
well, I just from the perspective of kids being in danger and being manipulated by adults
Sure.
and seeing that done in a way that does feel tense and you feel the danger and the urgency on all sides and then coming back and watching something like this and you're just like we're just dicking around.
Yeah, to me, I just think it's weird to all of a sudden make the focal point of the entire show about these kids who we don't really know and being like, "Oh, Henry's like taking control and like manipulating them." But then it just doesn't work. Like I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, Tommy, but to me it like those scenes with the kids, like
It,
they don't
to me,
work. That
I
one kid
don't,
calls Holly a bitch. I'm like, this isn't serious. I'm
I
like,
don't know if
what is
it's
that?
going.
What is this
I don't
line
know if it's just
dialogue?
going over my head, or if it just wasn't fully fleshed out enough verbally for me to really have picked up on it. Because Vecna originally went after Will because he was vulnerable, he was a weak kid, all that stuff that we get in that dialogue from Vecna. But
Right.
yet in this plot line, he has to have 12 kids, and he's very specific about needing 12 kids.
And it feels like it's
What
12
what
certain
what was
kids. It's not
what
just
was the
like
difference like? And obviously we know that the clock is significant from the last season, so I don't know if it's just something to do with the kids and the clock. That there's no real direct connection between them.
right.
And there's no connection as to why he went after just Will in season one, or if he went after other kids we just didn't know about it, or if there was something that stopped him.
I think there's multiple kids is what we
But
can
they
pull
never
away.
showed it, so like there was just no
Right.
there's no rhyme or reason as to why he went after just Will in season one, but then from this season he has to have 12 kids. It
And why
Well,
doesn't.
the
these
reason
12
why he
kids? Why
wants
these 12
12
kids?
is he wants a full football team
Is this like a
and then
biblical
one
reference?
extra in case someone gets hurt.
Oh, okay.
It's like his disciples. Like, is there like a biblical reference here? Like, I don't
That's what
understand.
I'm saying. Like they don't really flesh that out, and then
That's stupid.
they keep fully.
I mean, it sounds stupid, but what hasn't sounded stupid this entire season? So what do
Well,
you?
You know
not even,
what,
not even
Brandon?
that, but
That's
also the whole
fair.
concept of the anniversary of Will being taken.
Which,
As
by the
being
way,
taken
we don't even
back.
get until like season 3 or episode 3 or 4 of this season, where it's like, oh, by the way, this date's coming up. It's
Yeah,
like, what?
but now all
Like,
of a sudden it's like it has to be on this date, and we're like, well, like, why?
by the
It makes
way,
no sense.
we do finally get a basketball reference in the state of Indiana in this episode. We do. The guard is talking about like I think the Indiana basketball game. It's funny.
I'm
He
glad you
says
picked
something.
up on that because
He
I
I'm
says
must
something
have missed
about
that one, but no one said anything about Larry Bird.
no one's had said anything about Larry Bird,
Larry Bird.
but
Unrealistic, 0 out of 10.
Alford got brought up. It was like, I can't believe you've been on that game. Alford would have done this, and I was like, we got a basketball reference. I like replayed it too. I went back and like made sure that's what it was. Yeah, we got a basketball reference. Oh man.
And then we get a little exposition from Dustin about what the upside down is.
Yeah. Okay. So this
It
part,
doesn't fully make sense to me.
no, it doesn't fully make sense, but at least they're trying. At least
Yeah.
they're trying to explain it.
But it's like this is like the last like it's like, hey, we're in the second to last episode. We still
It's a
haven't talked
bridge,
about
right?
what it is. So we're gonna label it the bridge and say, hey, it's just connecting the two. We're
Did
not
you
gonna
see
like,
them?
point as to how, but it's
Did
gotta
you
do
see
with
them?
this matter, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not it.
Exotic matter, which okay, whatever. The explanation to me, like at one point, Max goes, "I'm not really understanding this." It might have not been Max. It might have been like Robin or something. But one of them says, "I'm not really understanding this, but I'm gonna leave it up to the nerds because I think I got like a C- in physics." And I'm like, the nerds aren't even doing a good job of explaining what is happening. Like you're
Yeah.
not like, yeah, it's
I
just
don't
bad
know if it just
explanation.
went over my head but I'm pretty sure it's just like a lot of other things in the season.
If
It's just
some
not being
person if some
explained well enough.
physicist comes back and is like, "Oh, they actually like nailed this," then I guess hats off. But like, I don't
Yeah.
think a physicist would be like, "Oh, you know what? They really explained black holes and like the bridge connection like
Yeah,
so
I know
well."
it's got to do something with like wormholes because
Right?
obviously you get that revelation with Mr. Clark and Eric will be like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
great.
definitely something to do with the wormhole.
But it doesn't make sense to me, and it felt kind of sloppily thrown in there.
Mitchell, were you in the room present for them talking about the plan to get to Vecna, and how Hopper was like, "We'll just take, I think it was a helicopter," and he's like, "Unless you got a magic beanstalk," and then Steve Harrington has to be the one that comes up with the. Why don't we just wait for him to pull them closer and then we just climb in? And I'm like, finally, like we get someone like making a joke or doing something. I just at that point in the episode, I was like, okay, at least we're doing stuff now. Like we're building up to like something. But
Steve
like
got
we've
logic.
known we've known for 3 episodes that Elle's gonna have to basically, or like her sister's gonna come to her and be like, we have to like die to stop this chain. We've known that for 3 episodes. So why do we need a 3 minute, 4 minute exposition of like, what has to happen? We have to die. It's like I guess that was never like fully fleshed out and said to Elle's face. But if you have been watching the season, you knew that was the case. Like I don't understand why we're waiting until the second to last episode to like lay all this out. This should have been laid out like 3 episodes ago, and we should be doing something else. Instead, we're doing the same BS over and over again. Just kind of over it.
Again, it's repetitive.
But not only that, but we're also getting fun little science experiments with Mr. Clark
Finally.
with the balloons trying to triangulate Dustin's location in the upside down.
And then they don't even explain the upside down to him. They're just
No.
like, yeah, no, he's underneath. And he's
Mr.
like,
Clark is just
what do you
along
mean?
for the ride.
Yeah,
and
he's like, what do you mean underneath? He's like,
I
underneath.
enjoyed his reactions in this episode and just kind of him doing everything because
We have to go in there. Like,
line.
it's so funny.
Well,
Yeah.
when he sees 11 like taking out the security cameras with with their powers, and Hopper's like, yeah, she does that like just casually.
It's like, that's not even like the coolest thing. It's just like this man is probably like Why is no one explaining this to me? It
The,
takes
the
like
key
10 minutes to explain this.
the key takeaway of this episode for me was we should have gotten Mrs. Wheeler and Mr. Clark involved in this group a long time
Oh
ago.
my gosh,
And we
yes.
could have had a whole nother dynamic going.
I don't get why we're building him up as like the best teacher and like,
Because he is.
and then they never show him. Like they
Is he
never
the
use
only
him.
teacher they have, or that
He
they
might be the
know?
only teacher at the school. Like I just
Yeah.
don't
He teaches
like
everything.
your English teacher can't get involved here. Like I just don't. Yeah, I'm just kind of over it. Oh man, I like playing D&D as much as you guys do, and I'm like Will. Like again, that's like I understand it's like a pivotal moment in the show when he comes out and he's like, guys, I don't like girls the way you guys do, but we've known that for 4 seasons.
There's
It's not
something
like
to
this
be
hidden
said.
thing.
There's something to be said about information that the audience knows versus information that the characters know. And choosing how to reveal each to each party is very important. And if you draw it out for too long, you lose any impact that it has.
Right, if
And
he had
that's
told
what they've
Robin,
done, not just over the course of the seasons, but over the course of the damn episode and the damn speech. Because we've talked about this, but I've got to say this on the mic. The Will Byers speech reminded me of John Mulaney talking about Ice-T in Law and Order SVU, where Will Byers is going on and on talking about like, I'm just like you. I like playing D&D. I like going to eat ice cream. I like walking, and like I kept thinking, or like when someone drinks too much, or like when someone eats too much and throws it all up, or like when someone plays too many scratchy lotteries, or like when someone smokes too many cigarettes. And it just reminded me of the John Mulaney sketch about Ice-T in Law and Order SVU. Except they did it for real. It just kept going. I'm like,
I wonder
are
if
you
that's
just
what
gonna
AI
tell them that you're
pulled.
fucking gay? Like, be gay,
Yeah,
be
just say
straight,
it.
don't waste my time.
Just say it. We had known for like 3 seasons. That was my whole thing. Like honestly, when
I knew from the
Steve
fucking
finds
haircut last season.
when Steve finds out that Robin is gay, to me that was like a more like
They did it
impactful
so much
moment.
better.
It was
That
so good.
was a well written, purposeful coming out story.
Right.
And
Yes.
Because Steve
what
is like,
like,
I like this girl, and Robin's like, what? And he's like, yeah. And it's like,
and
it's
like I
you.
understand why they did it with Will, where basically Vecna was using that as his weakness to
Sure. Yeah. Totally get that.
to manipulate him. I thought it was a good plot point, but when you have Will being self-conscious about himself and whether or not his friends would still stay with him if they knew, that to me that loses its importance, because we've spent several seasons where this entire group of people have put their lives on the line for Will. He should
Right.
know. There should be no doubt in his
By
mind that
season 2, he should have been like, oh, I can come out and tell them I'm gay. Because, like,
yeah,
it's fine.
like
It's just...
all of these people have put their lives on the line multiple times
Yeah.
to keep him safe and to bring him back, bring him back from the dead, save him. All
Does
these
he
things.
even tell Robin before anyone else? I don't think he does. I think he's just like hints at
Robin.
it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like Robin is the first person he officially told.
Yeah, I guess he
But-
officially
'Cause
tells her at
didn't
some
Robin
point.
like catch on to it because she has
Oh,
some like
she-
gaydar or something?
Well, I mean, she just knew because first of all, again, showing us like as an audience, and then like deciding when to like tell certain characters.
Well,
But
it was
you
also
know as an audience, like
asking her
you're
certain
yeah,
questions
yeah.
because he
Oh,
knew that she was
yeah.
gay.
no, that
it
makes
was like
sense.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt just being like, "I know you're fucking Batman."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's
All right, let's go with it.
To be fair, to like I understand. To be fair to the writers, it's at this point in season 5, it's hard to be like, how do we make this a plot point and like still make it effective?
yeah.
It was going to be impossible. This should have been revealed in like season 3 when Elle and Mike are getting together. Like this should be revealed as like, hey Mike, I know you like girls and like you like Elle and you're like dating her, but I got to tell you something.
Yeah,
And Mike is like, okay, bro, like I don't care if you're gay, like we're best friends.
I
And
feel
it's
like
like
we would have
L, like
had
I feel like L picked up on it, right? Because L was like, you don't know
L
he like likes
probably
you.
L
Yeah.
probably had thoughts about it, but
Right.
again, L is kind of, not to say dumb because that's not the right word, but she's just not socially,
Oh, that's fair.
enough
That's
yet,
fair.
so she probably doesn't even know that that's a thing. Whereas Robin, Steve, all the adults kind of are in the room that know. But I think this scene would have had been
His
more
brother,
impactful if it was just the group of friends, the
right?
original core group,
I
because
see,
the whole time you get Jonathan looking at him like,
bro. I've
find your
known since
like,
like
yeah,
6
like,
years
I'm
old.
your
Like,
brother. Of
yeah,
course,
it's
like
like
I know this. Of course, I'm not gonna leave you. And I
yeah,
feel like it would have been more impactful. It was just the core group of friends, because the one person that had the initial reaction of like, "Holy shit, I had no idea," was Mike. And obviously, that was the most
that's
important
because
person,
Mike is
if you
an
will.
idiot. But
Yeah,
whatever.
but still, but having those more intimate reactions, I feel like would have been better in a smaller setting where you don't have everybody in the background giving those like cheesy, like, "Oh, we're so supportive" kind of reactions, and it
Right.
just felt forced.
I
I don't
know
know.
this won't feel good for you, but you can give me a hug. And it's like, okay, Max. It's like yeah, it's kind of all over the place, and it's supposed to be like the big reveal. But if there's anyone that's been watching this
Yeah,
show from start to end and they were like shocked by that reveal,
yeah.
like
It was
that
essentially
didn't
revealed in
happen.
the,
You're
the
in
end of
denial,
last season
right? You're in
with the
denial
whole
if you don't
painting
believe that.
concept,
Yeah,
where Willow
exactly.
had the painting for Mike, and
Yeah,
everybody's like,
yeah,
"Oh my gosh,
100%.
okay."
I just
There was
you're
no
in
suspense
denial. You're
to
in
it.
denial. If you, we all knew he was gay by season 2. Like, and it doesn't
Scene
matter.
could have been done better.
Yeah, I just yeah, it could have been done better. Like, it just lost all like meaning to me. It really did. Like, I wanted to be like, oh, this is like the big moment, and I was watching it while I was like, I like turned and I was like, I'm gonna pause whatever else I'm doing and like I'm gonna focus on this. I was like, oh, this is like his big speech, and
Yeah.
it
The
doesn't
pacing,
land.
of this episode is fucking wild, because we go from
Oh
that,
yeah, the pacing is
we go
amazing.
right into the final crawl, essentially, is what Joyce kind of called it. And
Don't
it's,
they start playing like the song over the top, and it's like,
yeah,
Robin's like bitching to Mike about like we can't play this song while we're going on a crawl. Yeah, and
yeah,
then the worst part, Tommy, is Dustin is then like, I have something in mind, and like the song is still playing, and I'm like, oh, like I'm kind of vibing, like this song like kind of works, and then it just like cuts, and then Dustin does something, and I'm like, they can't even get that right. I
that is my other complaint for this season, is the lack of song.
the lack of music, like
Like,
do
it's
something.
kind of well known. Like, each season kind of had its own unique song, and
Turn over.
the trailer for this season was, "If You Want to Live Forever," or "I Want to Live Forever" by Queen. And I was like,
Yeah,
"That's such an epic song." I was like, "Awesome! Like, we're gonna get that as like this like season song." They never
yet
played
to
it
we
once. I'm like,
haven't
"Let's
got
play
it
just the song
once.
for the trailer,"
Haven't got it once. Yeah.
and we haven't gotten like a staple piece song for this season for them to like jam out to. And I was kind of disappointed, especially now that we had a fucking radio station involved in
Oh
this.
my god, they could have been
Why
using it
couldn't
the
we
whole
have
time.
it?
They could have
It
been
was very
playing
disappointing.
stuff the whole time, and it's just like, yeah. I mean, I was vibing at that point. I was like, okay, we're like ramping up the crawl. Nancy's asking Steve like, does he know how to use a gun? And he's like, yeah, like really
I
good at duck hunter. It's like, okay, like we're
Nancy and his new stepdaughter.
he's also definitely gonna kill Elle's sister, like 100%. I'm
Oh,
calling it.
he
I
is such a petty.
haven't seen episode 8.
He's
I'm
being such a
calling it.
petty bitch against her. It's kind of funny.
I mean, she does want to kill Elle.
Yeah,
So I agree with Hopper in the sense of, if he
but
didn't want Elle
I
to
love
die.
seeing Erica and Mr. Clark being like the Overwatch people,
Yeah,
and the first Lord of the Ring reference of the season
Overwatch.
coming from Mr. Clark. I don't know if you guys caught that one or not.
I did catch that. It was good.
Mitchell, did you catch that?
Some of the references are okay.
Might have been taking a piss.
Damn. Man, you missed the basketball Steve Alford reference, and you missed Lord of the Rings.
You know what I didn't miss? The toilet when I was taking a piss.
Oh, well, thank goodness.
Good for you to have motor skills at the age of 30 something.
Yeah, well, you ever
Oh
go out
man.
in public, some people don't have that
No, fair,
graceful ability that I
fair
do.
enough.
But you know,
I'm glad. Did you call this the child cult, or did the wiki page you get it from
Oh
call it
no,
the child
these
cult?
are all my little titles that I throw up there.
Oh, awesome!
Just
Because
for
nice.
my
that's exactly what you should call them, as a cult. I don't understand what's happening with them.
I
I'm
this,
going to be honest. Worst dialogue in the entire show is when
yeah.
that kid goes, "You bitch." And I was
It
like,
it
bro,
felt very Children of the Corn
yes,
vibes.
yes, but like the bad Children of the Corn, not the good
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
The 2009 version, I think. Yeah, yeah. Whatever that. Yeah.
It just felt very like Children of the Corn. Like they're all kind of this little mini cult.
The savior of the gods. We must sacrifice someone in order to.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro.
And Mr. What's It is kind of filling that role. But honestly, the one scene that finally like kind of clicked with me that I was like, oh, this was kind of like intense, was the very last fucking scene where they all like their heads snap back with their
And
eyes
then they just cut.
and they cut it. I was like, finally, like we get something good. Like obviously the crawl scene was pretty cool with Nancy and Hopper shooting everybody and kicking ass. But
My favorite part is when she goes, I thought that was gonna be the most difficult part or the easiest part, and he was like, it was. He's like, this is like nothing. Like we have Vecna coming up. It's like, but it's also something that we've seen before.
so yeah, so we got like I don't even remember how long this episode was, but
Hour in.
we had 90% of this episode being dialogue and exposition that was unnecessary. And the
Wow,
last
you're gonna go
10%,
that high.
I
Can't
think
disagree
so.
with
And
you. I can't disagree
the,
with you.
the very end was really where stuff started to happen. Like the very end, I'll even include Will's coming out speech, then the final crawl, and then the children cult scene. That was really the main bulk of the episode that actually mattered. Everything prior to that really had no significance to the overall plot.
And Holly
With the
falls down the
exception of
stairs.
exception of Dustin's quick explanation of, hey, this is what the upside down is. But really the last like 20 minutes was really what mattered.
So Holly falls down the stairs. I guess she gets knocked out again. And
Yeah.
then Henry's like, it's time. Their eyes roll back, and it's like, oh shit, like something's gonna happen, and then it cuts.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, it's like you made me sit here for an hour and 16 minutes, and then you're gonna give me that, and then you're gonna be like, but go buy a $20 ticket to the movie theaters and go see this live.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
I'll be honest,
Nice.
at this point I really wasn't rushing. I was like, I'll be fine watching this on Netflix. I was like,
Yeah,
the
that's
pacing and
almost how
everything
I
leading
was
up to it, I was
feeling.
like,
Was like,
I really don't know what's
I
gonna happen in this finale that I really think I need to go see in the theaters.
so I haven't seen it yet, which is incredible. I haven't had any spoilers. Again, incredible by me.
I am shocked.
Truly incredible. But I wouldn't have if I watched this like with everyone else. I wouldn't have gone to the movie theater to see it. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I love the show. Wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, they're
Also, apparently it was a shit show because they just were like, I think everyone got like 2 free snacks with every ticket or something, like concessions. It was like $20 concessions with the ticket, so it was just like a shit show. It was like if you're gonna go to the movie theater, it's gonna be like a terrible experience anyway. But maybe it wasn't. I mean,
we'll definitely get that perspective next week when we hear Mitchell's take on that,
right,
because he's the only one of us that actually went to see it in theaters.
which is shocking because from my perspective, it seems like you love this show.
I do.
I
love the show.
really
still
love this
the
show.
I would still rewatch it, but this
Right, same. I would almost
this final
rewatch it and
season has
avoid
just
season
been-
5, or just skip to season 5, episode
honestly,
8,
it's
like
just-
just avoid season 5.
I kind of had this feeling it was going to happen because all great TV shows a lot of times have that last.
It's really hard to like stick a landing of a TV show. Which
Yeah.
again, I'll give major props to like The Sopranos.
Breaking
Like,
Bad,
Breaking Bad does a
Avatar.
really good job. I think The Wire does a pretty good job. Yeah, Avatar is a really good example. Avatar: The Last Airbender does a really good job of like sticking the landing. It's really hard to stick it. Yeah, I feel like I would rewatch the show and just not watch season 5, basically.
Yeah. Honestly,
Um,
But
I know you guys were talking about the theater thing.
yeah, so
If
we didn't have that
my-
experience. I was telling Tommy
we
if
can
I had
talk
been
about that
watching this
next week,
live.
where we actually talk about the finale in the theater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I had been watching
wouldn't
this
have
live-
done that if my fiance wasn't like a major
Okay,
Stranger
so
Things
you're
fan who was still on
saying
board with things.
so you're in the same boat. Well, I like this show. Like I love this show. Like I want to make that like up front. Like this is one of my favorite shows up until season 5.
Yeah.
Like a top 10 show for me probably of all time.
Yeah.
But my issue is if we had gotten to this point and it was like New Year's Eve, I would not have gone to see this in the theaters. I'd have been like, F that. I'm not going to theaters. You've given me nothing.
That's very fair, and I'll talk about the experience of doing that and my takeaway from it next week. Almost over 2 months after it's happened.
I
But,
mean,
uh,
it's season now.
I mean, it also still it's still it's something I still vividly remember. Are we at grade time?
I think we are, but I know you mentioned you had a revelation for this episode. Did you unveil that yet?
Yeah,
or-
the revelation was this was the first episode I have missing pieces of. Then I walked out in the middle of it and just said, I don't care.
Totally fair.
Which is
Okay.
not good when it's the second to last episode of the season. You better believe that if Sarah was playing Avatar The Last Airbender and I had to piss,
If
you better pause
Sozin's
that
comment
shit.
part
Yeah, you
1
better-
was coming
you better
on,
pause that
you better
shit.
pause that
if,
shit.
If I hear anything, I'm going to come over there. I'm going to be pissed as hell. Yeah, so...
he did what? He stole his powers?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not
Unbelievable
playing
writing.
around about that. But
Unbelievable
this,
writing.
I was like, yeah, sure, okay.
Oh no. He's not playing around though. And he's right. Avatar: The Last Airbender. They nail the ending. It's so good.
I'm very excited to see what the
He's
live
back.
action with it.
Yeah, the live action bit, I don't know, but whatever.
But with that, let's get these grades in.
Do we have to like guess Mitchell's?
We always
Yeah,
have to
guess.
Mitchell's.
Guess
It's
mine.
tradition. I'm gonna say Mitchell was a 5.62.
Mhm.
I gave it a 5.5.
Wow.
Okay.
Again,
That
just
is low AF.
I'm very low on the season.
I'm going 5.57 for Mitchell. And I'm going with a 5.53.
I was bored as hell. 2.71.
There's no way.
No. You can't drop that low of a grade. Are you serious?
2.71. Unbelievable. 2.71.
Yeah, 2.71. If I have no reason to
You could
continue
just
watching the episode, no,
you could just watch
271.
20 minutes of the ending of the episode and you'd be in the same spot as everyone else.
Was not feeling it at all.
All right then.
I mean, my grades are low, but 2.7.
271. Okay, we're above the 2.7.
Sorry. They give him
Gotta
that
give you that
extra
credit.
100.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that wraps things up very anticlimactically. Hopefully, Stranger Things can win us back.
penultimate. The
in the
penultimate.
No. Next is the penultimate because we still got Conformity Gate coming. That's gonna come eventually, and then we'll
Fair
sit
enough.
down and we'll review the actual final episode of the season. Brandon.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll be sure to talk about all that stuff next week too once that comes around. So,
Yeah, don't spoil it. Yeah.
all right, goodbye.